All right, let's jump right into this explainer. If you've ever struggled with figuring out how to squeeze the absolute most value out of your limited time or money, it can feel a lot like a guessing game. Well, today we are exploring a highly structured framework designed to totally eliminate that guesswork. We're talking about mathematical programming optimization. I know, it sounds a bit intimidating, but it's really just a precise analytical way to tackle some of the most complex operational headaches a business can face.
So it really all starts with the ultimate manager's dilemma. How do you allocate your incredibly scarce resources to optimize your goals? Think about it. Whether you're running a massive global supply chain or just a local retail shop, you are bound by strict limits, right? You might be dealing with a tightly capped budget, a finite amount of raw materials, or maybe a strict number of available labor hours. You constantly have to make choices under these pressures, and naturally, you want those choices to be the absolute most profitable or cost-effective ones possible.
Well, to solve that exact dilemma, we use mathematical programming. You can think of it as a whole family of tools specifically designed to help allocate those scarce resources toward a measurable goal. Now, within this family, the absolute best known and most widely applied technique is called linear programming. It gets that name simply because all the mathematical relationships among the variables in the model are perfectly linear. Basically, it takes all that intuition and gut feeling out of your operations and replaces them with clean, actionable mathematics.
Okay, so the crucial point here is understanding the DNA of the problem. Every single linear programming problem out there is built from 6 specific structural components. Let's walk through them. First, we have the decision variables. These are the actual unknown values you're trying to figure out. Then there's the objective function, which is the math equation relating those variables to your ultimate goal. Alongside the objective function coefficients, you can just think of those as your unit profit or unit cost. Finally, we get to your boundaries. This includes your constraints, which are the harsh limits on your resources, your capacities, detailing the strict upper or lower limits, and your input-output, or technology coefficients, which basically tell you exactly how much of a specific resource is actually being utilized by a decision variable.
Now, to actually make this useful, it really helps to separate all these academic terms into 3 simple buckets. First up, your unknowns. These are your decision variables. Quite simply, it's just what you need to figure out to make a choice. Next, you have the goal. This encompasses your objective function and coefficients. It's what you're actively trying to maximize, like your revenue, or minimize, like your waste. And finally, the limits. This bucket holds your constraints, capacities, and tech coefficients. These are essentially the rules of the game. They represent the unavoidable physical or financial realities of your business environment.
All right, let's pull these abstract concepts out of the clouds and apply them to a concrete scenario. Imagine we're setting up a production model for a tech company. Over the next couple of steps, we're going to break down an exact manufacturing scenario to see precisely how you translate real-world facts into a mathematical model that you can actually solve.
So when we map this theory to the real world, we start by asking, okay, what do I actually decide? In our manufacturing example, our unknown decision variable is the number of iPhones we need to build. Since we don't know that exact number yet, we just represent it mathematically as the variable x. Next, we ask, what are the facts? These are our parameters or coefficients. Here, our fact is that we make a profit of exactly $500 per phone. That's a fixed, uncontrollable variable that gives us the critical context for our math. Now, we have to complete the model by acknowledging our operational limits. We ask, what are my limits? In this specific case, our constraint is that we only have exactly 40 hours of labor available. Whatever production decision we make, it literally cannot violate that physical restriction. And finally, we ask, what is the goal? That is our objective function. We want to maximize total profit. So our final equation becomes z, which represents total profit, equals 500 times x, meaning $500 of profit multiplied by the unknown number of phones we build, all while ensuring we absolutely do not exceed that 40 hours of labor. This is the exact moment the whole framework pays off. By setting the problem up this way, a manager turns a really complex operational puzzle into a clean, calculated path forward. So I want you to think about your own scarce resources for a second. How could this optimization framework actually solve your operational headaches? Whether you're figuring out shipping routes, setting prices, or scheduling staff, if you can cleanly define your unknown variables and strict limits today, you can perfectly optimize your goals tomorrow. The math is waiting for you. You just have to plug in your realities. What's the biggest operational puzzle you're going to solve first?